Now, our next speaker is a web developer by day, but pretty much all the time she loves bugs. And so she's here to tell you all about them. Please welcome Danielle Leong.
It's really bright here. Hi, my name is Danielle, and today I'm going to give you a quick introduction to forensic entomology. Forensic entomology is the study of the bugs that eat you when you die. It's also very, very important to police work, and I will tell you why. So, quick confession, I am a giant nerd. When I was in high school, I actually interned at the San Mateo County Mosquito Abatement Lab, and I also went to CSI camp. It's totally a thing. You missed out. So I'm going to tell you a story. There was this one time at CSI camp when we were sitting in lecture, and all of a sudden this man comes out of the back of the room and shoots our professor. We were like, oh my God, do we have to take the midterm? We did. So the moral of the story is that he gets up and he says, you have all been witnesses to a crime. How many shots were fired? Out of 200 students, not a single one of us could actually answer that question. So the whole point of the story is that eyewitnesses are incredibly unreliable. Unless you are Neil deGrasse Tyson, that man's word is God. But you want physical evidence if you want to win your case. And insects are just one of those ways in which you can actually get physical evidence. So insects actually provide physical evidence, as I said, of time of death. It takes a specific amount of time for an insect to get from egg to larva to pupa to an adult. And so since insects don't actually have stretchy skin, they molt. And so each one of these molts is called an instar. When you have a dead body, if you count how many of each type of species at a specific instar, you can actually get a pretty specific time of death, just from bugs. It's fantastic. So there are certain things that can actually affect an insect's life cycle. For example, if the body is stuffed in a barrel, if it's wet, if it's hot. All these different kinds of things can either speed up or retard the growth of an insect. And so there are certain ways that you can actually determine this, and one of these ways is a body farm. It's exactly like this. And so body farms are laboratories where scientists can actually go and replicate these different types of things. So they have bodies stuffed in car trunks all over the place. So there are five different stages of decomposition, and each one of them comes with their own different types of insects. The first one is called initial decay. This happens immediately after you die. Flies just come out of nowhere, and they lay eggs, usually in your eyes somewhere. It's super gross. Ah, I know, it's gross. So, as I said before, it takes a specific amount of time to get from egg to larva. Blowflies, their larvae are usually called maggots. We're very familiar with those. And this is also how we get ants. Next up, we have putrefaction. So this is when your body's naturally occurring bacteria and digestive enzymes start eating away at yourself. This actually starts at initial decay. And your body starts to bloat. You get very puffy. And so our maggots have now gone through several different stages of instars. We also have the appearance of the carrion beetle, as well as rove beetles. And we still have ants because your body is still very, very soft, so they can take pieces away of you. Next up, we have my favorite stage of all, which is black putrefaction. And this is when your body explodes. It's so gross. It's fantastic. And it's black, and it smells, and this is when your neighbors find out that you're dead. So now we have our maggots. They have turned into pupas. They have started to burrow into the carpet under your body. We also have the appearance of the black scavenger fly, and our rove beetles have turned into pupas as well. Next up, we have butyric fermentation, and your body starts to dry out, and it smells like cheese. It's great. It's because of the butyric acid from your body. And this is about 20 to 50 days after death. So this is when we have the appearance of the cheese fly. If I was a fly, I'd be a cheese fly, because you can live in cheese. And really, who doesn't want to do that? So we also have the appearance of the skin beetle, as well as our rove beetle. And because their mouth parts are much more hardy, you have more beetles. Next up, we have dry decay. It's pretty self-explanatory. It does happen in humid weather. But it's basically, since your body has exploded already, it's pretty dry. There's not a whole lot of insect activity. It's not very interesting. There's like mites and moths. It's really not that great. So a quick recap, eyewitnesses are terrible, and you want to have as much physical evidence as possible if you want to win your case. Insects are just one of those ways that provide physical evidence of time of death. There are 5 stages of decomposition, and each one of them comes with their own insects like the cheese fly. Thank you very much.